Hi YouTube. So I've seen a lot of videos on gallbladder attacks, symptoms, what's going to happen, gallbladder removal, how you feel, and all that. But for me, I thought I'd make this video for people who have gallbladder attacks, are waiting for their surgery, and then what do you eat before you're waiting for your surgery when you're not supposed to have any fat, and then also like right after the surgery when you're still supposed to basically take it really easy and not have too much fat, at least for a few days or a week or so. So since I like to eat food and I like to cook, I had to figure out what it is that I could actually eat, because I do like to eat a lot of different food. But I thought this might be helpful for people who are trying to figure out what to eat and they don't know what to buy at the store or how to make their own food or things like that. So the first thing I would say is you should probably, if you've been having bad attacks like I did, which prompted me having to go to the surgeon and schedule a surgery to have the gallbladder removed, you probably want to definitely stop eating out. You can't eat out because you don't know how much fat they put in different things. For me, my uh, largest attack happened because I went to Culver's and just ate a cheeseburger, fries, and had a small amount of custard. Uh, but what happened was, I guess the high fat content that my body was not used to because I have been losing weight, it reacted poorly and I had a severe attack from that alone. Um, so I'm just recommending don't eat out, but you're going to have to kind of bear down and figure out what to eat. So, so what I figured out is basically when you go to the store, you should you should just read your labels. So basically, when I went to the ER and the doctor said, basically you have to eat like a rabbit. Um, I knew I wasn't going to last just by eating fruits and vegetables, which is helpful, and they are filling, but not for real. It doesn't really last long, and so you're going to find that you're going to be eating smaller meals a lot more frequently. But I have to tell you, one of the meals that I really looked forward to just about every day was breakfast, because I can make stuff like this. And I know it doesn't look like a whole lot, but when you're on a no fat diet and basically all you're eating is fruits and vegetables for the most part, things like this are a real luxury. And so I would always look forward to eating a nice breakfast, and it's a healthy breakfast. I usually have some hash browns in there, but I'll explain that in a little bit. So basically, this is just egg whites, and so you just go to the store and buy some egg whites because it has zero fat in it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's zero fat. And so that's good. And then this thing here is just Canadian bacon. So you go to the store and you get some Canadian bacon and this too. So you're going to read the labels when you go to the store. And basically it's this has very little fat. It says 1 gram of fat. So that's very little. And then this is just whole wheat bread. I like this brown berry whole grains, 100% whole wheat. And the reason why I like that is because when you have whole grains, it just kind of fills you up more. Excuse me. So then you also don't want to use butter or oil because that has a lot of oil or a lot of fat and a lot of saturated fat at that. So This is a good alternative. 0 calories, and it has 0 grams of fat, zero saturated fat, zero cholesterol too, and zero sodium. So this is a good alternative to cook with. I like this for taste because, believe it or not, it's better than nothing. It's not really buttery, but it does give it at least some flavor. And you can spray it like I spray it on my toast instead of butter. And then also this too has 0 grams of fat. So this is a great alternative. For coffee, I drink a lot of coffee in the morning. Black coffee has not been a problem. And they say actually there have been studies that show that black coffee actually helps to reduce gallstones. I don't know if that's true or not, but at any rate, as you're waiting for your surgery, you can still have coffee with kind of a fake creamer, which is this Nestle Coffee Mate creamer. Sometimes I do drink it out of necessity if that's all somebody has. But it's actually not bad tasting, and it's a good alternative to cream, which has a lot more fat in it. But this one actually only has, can't see it here, it's not focusing, 1 gram of fat. So that's good. Milk. You want to drink fat-free milk. And this is basically just skim milk. I live in Chicago, so this is from the Jewel food store. 0 grams of fat. So that you can use with, I just made some oatmeal. And oatmeal's good for you because there's no fat in it. And then you can just put some brown sugar. What I found basically is that in having no fat, you're going to feel hungry most of the time, mostly throughout the day. And what's going to end up happening if you don't have a lot of good, proteins to fill you up, and maybe some fruits like an apple or orange that I eat throughout the day. And if you're not filled up, what's going to happen is you're going to look for alternatives, and you kind of end up eating a lot more sugar than you maybe normally wouldn't have. But these are also good alternatives. So, like I said, you can eat nice breakfast like this. For dinner, I don't have it out here, but a lot of times for dinner, what I eat is I'll cook myself chicken breast. So chicken breast that's skinless, and then I'll just kind of cut that up. I'll fry it in this or this, give it a little taste, salt and pepper, little small seasonings, nothing great because you can't have spicy foods. And then maybe for a dessert, I'll have something like this. I'll have Fruit Loops. So I've been eating a lot of cereal that I normally don't eat a whole lot of cereal, but these are the ones I've been eating. You can check the boxes too and read based on your preference of cereal. But like this one, which is Fruit Loops, that has 1 gram of fat, so that's good. This Honey Bunches of Oats, which I probably eat most often, is about 1.5 grams of fat. This Peanut Butter Crunch, which I really like peanut butter, but you can't eat real peanut butter. This has, and it's not going to focus, but 2.5 grams of fat. So that's a little higher. So this is 1 gram, 1.5, and then 2.5 grams. But I would say my rule for what I have experienced is during this whole period, and then I'm just a day out of surgery. I had a surgery yesterday, feeling pretty good. But I normally didn't consume anything that had greater than 2.5 grams of fat because just I wanted to make sure I didn't have any bad attacks leading up to the surgery, and then certainly don't want to have any bad reactions right after until my body's getting used to not having a gallbladder. So you can kind of use that as a rule. I never went and consumed anything greater than this. Usually anything greater than this, you can kind of tell that the food is going to be a little bit heavy, greasy, whatever. So I just kind of steered away from those things. Okay, one last comment about the food. The hash browns I was talking about, I make them crispy by just using the non-fat spray and then the fake butter in the pan. And if you just kind of cook it long enough, it'll get decently crispy. Not like with butter, of course, but it'll get there. And then the last three things here is, even though I didn't eat the chicken tortilla soup, I made chicken soup with this packet and then just cut up my own skinless chicken. And it actually tastes pretty good. It's pretty good homemade soup. So Swanson's, not the chicken tortilla because it's probably got too many spices to irritate your gallbladder, but just the regular chicken soup. And then these are a good kind of dessert along with graham crackers because this has a very little fat in it and it didn't hurt me. And then I found out this you can also eat, surprisingly, Cracker Jacks. I like Cracker Jacks anyway, but it has very little fat. So that's it. Thanks. So I hope this video helps you kind of figure out what to eat, and that while you're waiting, at least you can have more than just salad and fruit to eat. I know I couldn't consist on it. I suppose if you're a vegan or vegetarian, that's really not going to change too much for you in your diet, but that's about all I have. So if you have any questions, let me know. Hope you're feeling better and hope you get surgery.